Hello, friends, and welcome to Seed to Growth, the Farmer's Mindset for Success, a podcast where we will be exploring the journey of growth, success, and persistence through the lens of one of the oldest profession which everyone knows in the world is called farming. I'm your host, Jyoti G of Stars of Learning, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today. So, coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. It's no secret, friends, you have a purpose and you have the highest potential. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. So dream big, truly believe in it, and achieve it 100% to live the life fullest. And I want to join hands with you on this mission to learn and grow together, to engage, enlighten, and empower. Yes, this is solo episode of your host Jyoti G on Stars of Learning podcast. Let's begin. So, friends, think about it. How does a tiny seed transform into a flourishing tree? It's a process, right? And that requires a lot of patience, care, resilience. And doesn't that sound a lot like our life? So, have you ever planted a seed and waited for it to grow? The process is definitely slow, sometimes frustrating, dull, and sometimes full of challenges, right? But at the same time, when the seed blossoms into a plant and when it yields into a bountiful harvest, it's nothing short of magical. So I've always been inspired by this analogy, and in today's episode, we will explore how adopting to the mindset of a farmer, how can it help us navigate, in the life and work, face challenges, and also achieve success in any area of life. So we need to have the mindset of a farmer. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's plant some seeds of inspiration. But definitely bring your book and pen so we can make some notes there. So to begin, it's a segment wise, right? Segment, planting the seeds. So every great journey starts with a seed, and that's a small seed. So here's the thing: a seed doesn't grow just anywhere. It needs the right soil, sunlight, and care. We have to nourish that. So a farmer, for a farmer, that seed might be like a wheat, rice, vegetable, whatever the grain it is. It's the seed. For us, it's the seed of an idea, a dream, starting a business. It could be improving our skills, building better relationship, or a goal. Whatever that be, that things has to align with our strength and passion. And this is just a beginning, the having that kind of a seed of thought. So a farmer knows the soil must be prepared. This means he's clearing rocks, tilling the land, ensuring it is fertile. In our lives also, this preparation is a must. It's about creating a right environment. Ask yourself, is your mindset ready to grow? Are you surrounded with the right people to support you and inspire you? And are we ready, to nurture our ideas? If not, then how can you prepare your soil? uh, for example, for me, starting this podcast itself was like a seed. It was there more than a year. I needed to overcome my self doubt, my limiting belief. I had to invest some time in learning, engage with the experts, and find the right tools to make it happen. Even before I could even begin my journey as a podcaster, right? So you need to identify what's your seed and are you ready to plant it. So make a note now. Preparation is sometimes, guys, often overlooked, but that's the foundation for success. So time now, you think about your seed, your soil, jot them down, and only then you will be able to move to the next segment. So don't lose on that. So when it comes to segment, the next step, what the farmer does is the waiting game. The power of patience. It's the early stages of growth. So picture this in your mind, when after planting a seed, nothing happens immediately, right? It can be days, even weeks can pass by without a small visible growth also. And this is where many people give up. Growth doesn't happen overnight. Make a underline note, growth doesn't happen overnight. Just imagine if a farmer digs up the soil every day to check, if the seed is growing or not. Aren't you ruining the whole process? So yet we often do this with our goals. We expect instant result. When they don't come down, we get frustrated, we get irritated, stressed. I also understand equally that we are in the today's fast-paced world. We all want everything in instant, instant delivery and all of that. So we've forgotten the value of patience. Agree? We expect instant result. A promotion should come after 1 week. A skill should be mastered overnight. But the growth doesn't work like that, guys. So this reminds me, of a story about Thomas Edison. I'm sure all of you know about, he famously said, I have not failed. He has just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So his persistence eventually led to the invention of what? A light bulb. That's the harvest. That's the, idea. That's the seed that changed the world, right? So patience is a key. Patience doesn't mean you're sitting idle. It requires consistent effort we are putting in. Even when progress is not visible, you're not able to make out anything happening, you have to wait. Yeah, and farmer knows the root grows under the ground, and before even that, you see that small green shoots coming up. So we need to trust the process. You get that? So my friends, waiting game will be on, today or tomorrow. So reflect on something that you're waiting for. And I would totally encourage you to stay on the course, because you need to trust the process. As growth is happening, even if you can't see it yet, yeah, you need to believe the process. Yeah. And then we move on to the next segment of farming, that is irrigation and fertilization. So you need to water your dreams daily. That's the power of small action. So the farmer knows this very well. Once the seed is planted, it needs water, the right kind of nutrients, fertilizers to grow. He ensures even there is enough sunlight falling in, enough water is there, all of that he does check every day in and out, right? If farmer, it's not like he waters the field once and he hopes for the best. It doesn't happen like that. He shows up to the field every single day in the morning. uh, so don't you think in our lives also this translates? We need to do that every day. It could be in learning, it could be in adapting, it could be in consistently putting that to work towards your growth, towards your aspiration. That consistent action, it becomes a daily habit, and that effort is needed. So if you're not clear, have a clarity about, then seek for mentors, guys. You look for your role models, read books, build habits that feeds your growth. Remember, a farmer doesn't just have hopes, that it for rain, or they irrigate their fields to ensure success, right? uh, so in the similar chance, you should not leave your chance to grow in anywhere. So you need to take action every day. Let's say simple, like you want to learn a new skill, yeah, or you want to do an exercise. It might feel overwhelming because you have not mastered it everything at once. But what if you committed just 20 minutes a day? That's your watering. That's your seed nurturing. So a friend of mine also was talking about, writing a book, and he said that, he's going to start it with, 100 to 200 words a day for sure. It seemed small, but over a time, those small efforts have bundled up to an entire manuscript. Now he's published a book. This is like irrigating your field. So a little every day creates that kind of a big results over time. So make a note. What's that one small thing you can do daily to nurture your growth? It's very key, friends. And then the farmers level next thing is, about weeds and pests. We have to stay focused. So every farmer knows this. He knows the battle. It doesn't end after planting the seeds in his field. Weeds will sprout. Yeah, there could be pests could attack, and the resources can get stolen by the human beings itself. So in our lives also, those weeds are there. There are distractions, there are doubts, there are negative influences we face, right? uh, uh, think about social media. I have sometimes lost hours of scrolling instead of working on my goals. And I also come across, self doubt. People whisper for themselves that I'm not good enough. No, it's not my thing. I'm struggling. And procrastination was my biggest weed, I should say. Just by identifying it, what is your weed, what is your pest, you can start staying focused. You can reclaim your time and energy to put it in a right direction. So the solution for this is to be vigilant. What is that stealing your resources? And the key is to identify them and remove them early. Don't wait, that the weed has spread to the whole field and then you're going to clean it up. No, the moment it started, you have to start doing it. The farmer doesn't wait at all. Weed to run over the field. He act quickly. So what's holding you back? Is there a habit? Is there a thought? Even a person sometimes can be pulling you down. Remove them, remove those things quickly from your life. You know, you need to take the farmer's approach if you want to have the farmer's mindset for success. If you want to protect your growth, your dream, you need to start dealing with these obstacles. Bang on, you have to be on, at a snap, be quick for it. Yeah. And the next segment comes in the farming is weathering the storms, resilience. Uh, Not every season is perfect. Sometimes, despite a farmer's best efforts, he did that all good deal of identifying the right seed, fertilizing, land cleaning, all of that. He needs to deal with droughts, flood, storms. They can't control the weather, right? But they can prepare for it. In our lives, also, challenges will come, unforeseen things. Maybe it's a failed project, maybe workplace pressure, a lost opportunity. It could be financial struggle, could be an unforeseen crisis, a death in the family, whatever that is. The question is, how prepared are we to face them? And here is the key: the farmer doesn't give up at all, and they adapt. They prepare for the worst, but stay hopeful for the best. That will happen. And we need to build that kind of a resilience by focusing on what you can control, what is in your effort, what is your attitude, what is your adaptability on doing things like that. You need to have that kind of a mindset. So build the farmer's mindset. For me, sometimes, I face disagreement with family members or close friends, and maybe colleague, whoever I interact, right? Sometimes it leaves me very upset, irritated, and my day would have got ruined. I have realized I've done that open communication also won't work, because the other person will do what they want to do, right? Does that ring a bell to you? Yeah. So you will realize it's a waste of time and energy. And this point, I felt I should work towards understanding what is happening around me and forgiveness. Because my resilience is in relationship is about building the bridges and not putting a wall. Even when emotions run very high, it would be in that peak. I will take control. And this helped me. This gave me a lot of power of staying strong, grounded, flexible, and that moment you will feel gratitude for yourself. And this actually resonates with me. A famous favorite quote, actually: "You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails," right? Similarly, you can't control the other things around you, but you can control yourself. Instead of focusing on what's not in your control, focus on what you can adapt. There are so many things to do in life, guys. So, right. So, do what is right. Smile now as we are going to discuss on the last step of farming. So it's about the harvest, celebrating your wins. So when the farmer finally reaps the harvest, right? You might have come across it's the moment they celebrate. They all gather together and they pay gratitude to the Mother Earth, soil, environment. They look back onto the months of hard work what they have done. The kind of a perseverance they had, knowing it was all worth looking at the kind of a harvest they have reaped in. So, in our busy life, also, we often skip this step, right? Because we are so much in a hurry to, success, success, success. We move from one goal to the next without even pausing for a moment, without even celebrating. So, remember, your success is the reward for your persistence, patience, resilience, whatever that is. It's whether that is your career milestone or a personal growth or overcoming a challenge. Say you got a financial greatness, all of that. Enjoy that victory and remember, it all started with that small seed, right? And you need to reflect on how far you have come and thank those who supported you. Gratitude is a key, and success is not about just about the result, because you have to have many more success, right? It's about the journey, how it went through. Take a moment to celebrate your progress, however small it may be seen. You have earned it. Think think now and know what's your harvest moment this year. How are you going to celebrate it? Yeah, because harvest is the celebration. Yeah, and simple thing, when I see my small plant on my desk also, it's like very inspiring. One leaf growing extra, it's a wow feeling. You have to go through that journey, guys. Only then you will feel that wow effect. So as a closing, wrapping today's episode, seed to growth. Let's have that farmer's mindset. You need to choose your seed wisely and prepare that soil properly, and we need to be patient, persistent, resilience, whatever that. Trust the process. Okay. And nourishing your growth, removing that obstacles, definitely. The weeds, pest, whatever that things, you have to remove those obstacles. And taking consistent action every day. Only then you will be able to build that habit, staying resilient through the storms also. Yeah. So, like farming, success also takes time, it takes effort, and a lot of heart, guys. But it's always worth it. So, embrace the farmer's mindset and watch your efforts, growing into something beautiful, something wow, when you see that abundance of, nourishment happening. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me today on Seed to Growth, the farmer's mindset for success. And if you found this episode inspiring, share it with someone who might need that little engagement, little push, because remember that you have the power to cultivate your own success. And don't and do follow me on social media, do tag me for and do follow me on for such more insights and stories, right? Until next time, do stay persistent, stay hopeful, and keep growing, friends. Thank you so much, and goodbye.